The Dad and Drew Show. Two idiots on tangents. Live Wednesdays at 8. YouTube.com/The Dad and Drew Show.
Oh, sorry.
What's up, everybody?
What is happening, everybody? Hello, Jamie.
How are you doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. I wanted to look kind of nice. I don't know if you noticed. I was wearing my big boy shirt.
You have a big boy shirt on. I see.
Do. I was like, I got to be big boy today. I wanted to look nice. I want to look nice for you and the people.
It's fancy, man. Very fancy.
Yeah, fancy pants.
Fancy. I love that shirt too.
Oh, dude, this
is such a great shirt.
And for the price, can we just talk about the price? You know,
you gotta talk about the price.
The price is just insane. Price
that is for those of you who don't know about the Disney Character Warehouse outlets. That is from the Disney Character Warehouse outlets. $15 right now, and actually now it's even less than that because they're running a 30% off of all clothing right now. So that shirt's like $10, I think, by the time you did the math or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like a $50 original retail, right? Isn't it like 50 or something like that? It's like 50
they're like 50. Those shirts are at least 50 or around that price.
50 to 70.
Oh, they're amazing.
Oh, dude, I gotta say, they're nice, but I can't get it to look too nice. It's gotta be a little funky, you know. Like I don't want to be too big boy. So. Mm-hmm.
What's up, everybody? I see we've got Luann in the house here today.
Luann!
We got Mr. Andy Prisco, a.k.a. Disney Google. I call him that because literally anything, I'm like, I wonder what this thing, and Andy's like, this is it.
Yeah.
And I know he didn't technically Google it because he answered it faster than you could literally type it in, find the answer, and respond. Mm-hmm. So I know he didn't just Google it. So like legitimately just his brain is Disney Google.
He's got a good brain. You got a good noodle. Derek Stout,
who I insulted on my my chat.
I can't believe it, Jamie. I can't believe you called him that. I was so mean of it.
And then we got Drew B. Power Mad.
Power
Mad. Denise Bowen or Bowen.
I always say Denise Bowen, and I don't even know if that's right.
Bowen.
That's what I say. I say Bowen.
The Disney Stranger is here.
We have Corn Dog.
We came up first. We finally beat that other Dad and Drew show.
And finally came up top of the search. Yeah.
Yes. I think we're up at like 260 or something subscribers or something now in that range.
So guys, keep subscribing. Come on now. Come on. This is our baby. This is our baby. No, wrong one.
I can't type, and I don't look at things before I hit enter. It's so bad. I know I should. Like I just legitimately go bam. And then I look and I'm like, oh, I typed that, didn't I?
He did. Well, I saw it. I was like, oh. Maybe it's new Jamie slang. It's Jamie slang.
But I was going with the whole the Seven Dwarfs. You know, hi ho.
Hi ho. That should
hi ho. It's off to work we go.
But why are they so excited to go to work?
That's always been my question. They work in a mine. That doesn't sound like fun.
No, not at all.
Have they ever said what they mine for? I haven't watched that movie in a very long time. Well, I can't remember if I watched. Is it jewels or is it coal?
I'm only guessing it's jewels just because I've gone on Mine Train and like jewels are everywhere.
Okay.
I guess.
So hopefully it is for jewels, because if they're coal miners, that seems like I would definitely not be super excited to go coal mining.
No, but maybe they're like, hi ho, we're going to find some more jewels or something. So we don't have to work in the mine anymore.
Right. You would think if you were a decent jewel miner, after a couple days, you could not have to go back.
Right. Yeah. I know. You just feel like, dude, after one day, you come up with a jewel this big. You're like, I'm gone, man. I'm out of here.
And they're little, so they don't really need a lot.
No, they really don't. No. But there is 7 of them. There is 7 of them. So if one of them got one, you know.
I've never. We don't know what we're looking for. Are the lyrics okay? All right. I guess so.
I guess that's a random job.
Maybe they are diamond smugglers, and that's why they're happy. Oh, maybe
smuggling. But if I was like the Wicked Queen or whatever, I think I'd be going after them, not Snow White. You know what I mean? I'd be like, hey, you guys are going to work for me now and get me some jewels.
Yeah, you guys can get me all the jewels. Yeah. I want the jewels.
I want the Jewel of the Nile. Just saying.
Oh, the Jewel of the Nile, such a good movie.
It really was.
Good movie.
It really is.
I love that movie. Love that movie.
Jewel of the Nile.
Epa! Christy J is in the house.
I just love saying that now.
I do too.
Really, I enjoy it. Makes me happy.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Trash the dish.
Trish the dish is here. Drew, I know you were in there watching the vlog from our Epcot adventure this weekend.
Yes.
And dude, I didn't know they grow Carolina Reapers over there at the land, living with the land.
I didn't know they had anything spicy. Because
the wife goes, the sign says extremely hot pepper. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I look and I'm like, it says Carolina Reaper. And that's a pretty hot pepper.
That roll, yeah. No, it really is.
I mean, on the scale of 0 to Disney, that's super hot. Oh, so my question is, what are they doing with that pepper? Because I don't think there's anything on Disney property that has Carolina Reaper in it.
No. Or maybe they're going to start having a play. Maybe they've been watching our show and they're like, you know what? These two guys that are doing this show, they are all about spicy stuff. They're doing the heat thing. They like Disney. Why don't we cater to these guys? That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is, Jamie.
Because now they do say that they utilize that living with the land stuff at the restaurants and the foods and the stuff like that for the parks.
Right.
So I'm wondering if we have a food and wine dish coming up that's going to feature some Carolina Reaper.
With a big warning on it.
A big old warning.
Very big warning on it.
And I'm 100% down to eat that sucker.
Me too. I'll be there with you.
And I got to say, I think my new favorite name of the chats and all the groups is James the Corn Dog Scanlon.
Yep. And you know what's funny? I don't think he likes corn dogs. I think that's the biggest joke about it. If I remember correctly from reading some of the chat, I don't even think he likes corn dogs, which I think is the greatest.
That's hilarious. That's even better.
I just call him Corn Dog now. Like, that's his name, Corn Dog.
What would be even better to me is if somehow in his life, like, it really sticks and like everywhere he goes, people buy him corn dogs and he hates corn dogs.
Start mailing him corn dogs.
Yes. And he just can't get away from corn dogs. And like the smell of corn dogs makes it sickening to him.
Yeah. He's just like, I can't.
And he regrets this for the rest of his life.
He's like, why? So he says corn dogs are okay. Corn dogs are okay.
Okay. Then we're fine.
Yeah. I like corn
dogs. So Drew, what have you been up to, buddy?
Work. Lots of work. Yeah. Lots of work. Like I was telling you before we started this, a crazy antique mall live stream yesterday.
You were just telling me about that, and it was bazonkers.
It was so bazonkers, man. I literally thought, I was like, okay, I'll just go in and see what they have new, and it'll just be kind of mellow. And then it was like pandemonium, man. It was pandemonium. It was like Luann decided, out of the kindness of her heart, thank you so much, Luann, to buy me and the Queen an awesome picture that was from the All-Star Resort. So
that's amazing.
So I'm going to pick it up while a guy, Robert, who also is a viewer and he has a booth there, he was talking to me.
Robert's the one who gave us the awesome Baby Yoda ornaments for Christmas this year.
Exactly. So yeah, and I was on the phone, or Luann was on the phone. I was talking to him, and then I was on the phone with Luann while I'm live streaming, and then Marcia from Chasing Dreams with Mike just happened to walk into the store. So it was pretty insane. It was super fun.
That is pretty insane. That is awesome.
It was super fun. It was super fun.
You gotta love how things like that work out.
Oh yeah, no, it was a good time. We saw some really cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff.
I got to get back over there. I got to get back in there. I got to buy a couple more Star Wars action figures to go with my stuff, and just get back in there to see the stuff there. I love that place.
Yeah. I like being able to see stuff that I know I couldn't afford anyway. It doesn't matter. Could almost be in a museum in a way that you can just go in and look at it. Also, like the Star Wars stuff, dude, that blew me away is like the figures, and a lot of that stuff is very reasonable. Like that you can actually buy it. And
dude, I bought 2 little figures for my stuff. They were like $6 each.
Dude, that's crazy. You go online,
And
you're
they're
looking at
awesome.
maybe 15 to 30,
Oh
depending
yeah,
on
and
who
then
it
you're
is.
paying shipping and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, great store though. I'm telling you, I can't push that store.
And
enough.
then, dude, we had like a legit, I would say like a record day at Epcot the other night. The one for that last thing.
Yeah.
We couldn't get any weekend reservations. They've been really hard to get.
Crazy,
We got a Friday reservation, and we went after the kiddo got off of school on a Friday. The kiddo gets off at like 3. We did some stuff, got everything. So we didn't get to the park till like 4:00 ish.
Yeah.
And we had a 7:30 dinner reservation. From getting in the park, we hit Nemo, the Seas with Nemo and Friends. We hit the Seas. We did a meet with Chip and Dale because they were right there. We had some Disney popcorn. I rode Test Track. Then we did Grand Fiesta Tour. We had a meal at La Hacienda de I think I called it every name other than the real name.
And that's the only way you roll, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then my wife corrected me with the wrong name, which was awesome. As I was editing the video, I'm like, oh, because she totally like with authority. She's like, no, this is the name. And I looked at the sign that I put in the thing. I'm like, that's not the name. That's awesome.
I'm right. And then she was like, Jamie, you're sleeping in the car.
Yep. And then we still hit Figment on the way out of the park. And it was like 8 something.
See, that
by the time we're leaving the park.
So you're looking at like 4 hours. But really, we all know who's been to Disney, and a typical typical Disney day, like say you're there 8 hours, you're gonna ride 3 rides.
Maybe
maybe 3 rides, So
Stranger, I tried to get the Canada Steakhouse reservation. Impossible.
Really?
The only reservation I could get for any kind of food place was the La Hacienda place that night. Because we didn't want to do festival foods. We had my dad with me. Right. It was just easier to have like a sit down place. And I couldn't get nothing. The only place I could get was La Hacienda. We had never eaten there. So we're like, you know what? Let's try this place out. I was kind of in my dream scenario. They were going to be doing testing of Harmonious while we were there and looking out the window, but that didn't happen.
Now, so did you, all right, 1 to 10, what do you give the restaurant, the food?
Oh, I'd give it like, probably like a solid 8.
Okay.
Only because I take a little bit down for price.
Yeah, a little steeper.
It's super on the high side.
Okay.
But it's not, the level of the food doesn't elevate itself enough to really be on that super high side.
Right. It's just they just priced it high, but it's not really high-end food.
Exactly.
High-end food.
Like it's super good food. It's like a good restaurant at most of the Disney restaurants, but I wouldn't say like I felt like I was eating at a higher tier than a good Disney restaurant and it was priced more than your good Disney restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was priced higher than like, Nine Dragons. Like entrees were like in the $40, $45 range.
Wow.
For stuff
really?
For most, like, and if anything was a steak was in the 42, 43, 45 range.
Right.
There was the Ossobuco. My dad has like 46.
Yeah.
So like it was pricey, and you are paying for the ambiance.
The ambiance. Well, and I'm only asking because that is my plan for my birthday dinner is to go there.
Food was amazing. I had that carne asada, and that carne asada steak was amazing. Flavor delicious. On point, everything delicious. Service was great. You know what I mean? Like, it's pricey.
Just good food, but just a little overpriced, basically.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. You're, and I think you're paying for that view. And if I were to do it again, I would try to make sure that like maybe like Harmonious or something is going on, and I tell them, hey, I want that table by the windows, and that I get a little bit of a, as my daughter calls it, dinner and a show. And if you had dinner and a show, that price would be 5 times.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But it's pretty good. James the corn dog is having corn dogs for his birthday dinner.
Maybe I should just have corn dogs. It would be cheaper.
But I realized it. I think other than Frozen,
Mhm.
we did every ride at Epcot that day.
Living with the Seas. Except for Soarin'. Soarin'. You didn't do
So we didn't do
Soarin'.
Soarin'. Okay, we missed Frozen and Soarin'.
Frozen. That's not bad, dude.
That's not bad for a quick evening in and out trip.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You are paying for a duck dancing around with a
sailor hat and no pants. Dude, if they had Donald in there dancing around, I would so be down with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So be down with that. Yes.
The three caballeros.
Hey, the star is here.
Belly.
Hey guys, Belly, do you know what time it is?
What?
Oh, come on,
It's time for Disney, Universal, theme parks, that kind of stuff news. You didn't think would be more like focused on that, did you?
It is the news time.
You snooze, you news, or lose.
Yep.
I'm going to go have my midnight snack. I'll be back.
Okay. What are you having for your midnight snack tonight?
Little bites.
Little bites. Those are delicious. I really like
Are
those.
those the little what are they? Like
The little
muffins?
muffins.
They're little
Yes,
muffins.
Yes.
And I gotta say, dude, they're so fresh.
Mm-hmm. They're
And
always
they're
moist.
soft.
They're moist.
Yes. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know.
Whoever makes those, they're just fantastic. They're the best, like, packaged baked good.
No, I agree. I remember the first time I had them, I took them out. I'm like, dude, these are like moist, like they just got baked.
Yeah.
Super good. Super good.
Yeah.
Now I want a little bite.
I know they're good. The chocolate chip ones are my favorite.
They're my favorite. The blueberry ones, I don't like the texture of the blueberries.
Yeah, they're a little bit like the graininess a little bit.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
skin, you got a little bit of little
It's almost like
something
all
to
the
'em.
juice came out and it's just the skin left. And you're like, no, not on the skin.
nah.
Nope.
So, the very first story I have here for us tonight is something Drew will never go on.
No.
The Disney Wish. I got an email. I'm sure a bunch of people got it. Hey, Teenage Summers. Thank you for stopping by. I got an email probably because I've been on a few Disney cruises. I don't know if everybody probably got them who's a Disney person about they're doing this premiere event on Thursday, April 29th at 11 a.m. They are going to do a virtual event about the launch of their newest ship, the Disney Wish, which has been being built and it's almost ready to launch and all this kind of stuff. They say it's going to sail summer of 2022, which of course nothing is sailing right now. So who knows how that's going.
It could be 2023 for all we know.
See, I'm with Trish on this. If you can ride pirates, you can go on a cruise.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So this is going to be some sort of virtual event. So I'm interested to do it. I signed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch their little virtual event and see what they present. We've been on one Disney cruise, absolutely loved it. Disney does it better than everybody else. Their private island is absolutely amazing. You just relax. The beach is there. You got characters, you got photos. It's just everything is straight Disney-fied. Great food, entertainment's on the ship, amazing. Honestly, I don't understand how you could not want to do a Disney cruise.
I see the picture. I don't see any land, Jamie. So I had to say that. But I get it. No, but I get like all the stuff looks amazing. I will agree, and you're right. They do it. It looks like they do it better than everybody else. So,
and so they have this whole little event going on, which I think is going to be fun. But a new cool thing that they have going on over at Disney Springs, which I think you'll do this, Drew. They have a pop-up shop at Disney Springs where they've got some Disney Cruise merch.
I'll buy some merch.
So they've got a whole Disney Cruise merch pop-up shop from now until September, I think they said 29th or something like that. You can go over there and you can, now through September, early September, you can stop by the Marketplace Co-op and get some exclusive collections of Disney Cruise Line Wave, Sail Away Minnie Mouse, Castaway Cay, just a bunch of the different stuff that they can't sell you right now because no one is cruising.
Right. Yeah. They're not selling
So
any of
basically,
it.
they're like, we can't sell any of this stuff. Let's go put it at Disney Springs.
Let's go sell it to people there. But those ears
Yes.
look pretty awesome, though.
Dude, how awesome do those ears look?
Yeah, they actually do. Look very elegant.
And I have to say, the Disney cruise stuff has some cool designs.
Yeah. I agree. No, they do. They have some cool stuff that I'm like, oh, that's neat. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't go on cruises. So I'd be a liar if I wore it.
Drew, we will get you on a cruise. Trust me. I will be
You know,
a Baracus.
bonk me on the
I
head.
will be a Baracus monkey banana you and get you on a cruise. So here's some of the merch that you can pick up. Very beachy, you know. It's got our our look that we're going for, Drew. Our casual, fun, casual look that the Dad and Drew show seems to endorse.
Yes, indeed.
I like that little neon look they've got going in the top corner of the hoodies and such like that.
Yeah.
That seems to be like the new Disney motif. They're going very much with the bright neon colors and such.
Like early 90s, man. They're like
very early
bringing
90s.
it back, and I love it. I love it because the 90s hold a special place in my heart, man. I love it.
A little soft spot right here.
Little
And that's
soft spot.
why I wore my Disney cruise shirt,
Look at you.
which I did not get on my Disney cruise because I was too cheap to buy a Disney cruise shirt on my Disney cruise. So I bought this at the Disney outlet for $7.99.
The outlet, of course. Of course. Why would you pay full price anywhere else? But and that's why I wore yellow, Jamie, because I knew it'd be like
Yes,
yellow.
you look very cruisy because you got the hey shirt.
Yeah, hey.
But look at that Loungefly.
Wow. It's like midnight.
That is a cool Loungefly.
Something. That is
It's got,
very
like
cool.
the sparkles, and then it has the very nautical with the blue and the white stripes.
I wish I could see like what's in the middle. You know what I mean? Middle
Yeah.
of the bow.
Yep.
Obviously,
Oh,
something
it's an anchor.
nautical. Oh, is it an anchor?
It's an anchor.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an anchor.
That's cool. I like that.
And from my quick look at that mug,
Yep.
that looks like a solid handle.
I'm thinking 4-finger,
Dude,
maybe
that
maybe
looks like
3.
a 4. That looks like at least a 3, possibly 4-finger hangle. Hangle?
Hangle.
The hangle,
It's a hangle, dude.
which is the hanger angle.
The hanger angle.
The hangle.
The hangle,
hangle.
dude. Dude, you gotta have a good hangle for your coffee mug. But that was actually the first thing I noticed when you brought up the pic. I was like, ooh, look at that handle.
I was all about that hangle.
Dude, the hangle is amazing.
And I was down with that. Oh, let me see. There was one more pic I wanted to show
Of the hangle.
of the hangle. The hangle of the dangle.
The hangle of the dangle, dude. That's awesome.
All right.
Yep,
There we
new
go.
word. New word.
Yep. We make up words on this show.
We do.
I love their little models that they have. And this is a model of the shirt that I am wearing, the Disney Dream.
That's awesome.
I think it's the boat that we actually went on. We either went on the Dream or the Magic. I can't remember the name of the boat that we went on, but I'll tell you, Drew, that you don't feel cramped. Like a lot of the cruise ships, like the bathrooms are very claustrophobic and whatnot. Not on these. They're like full size. Everything is nice and full size. There's lots of lifeboats. Trust me, you are not gonna have a problem.
But
You can see fireworks.
ants couldn't even get on that. That has to be at least 5 times bigger for me to get on it. 5
Hi,
times
kiddo.
bigger.
Hi.
Lalo, lalo.
Lalo, lalo.
Nanu, nanu.
Lalo, lalo.
Nanu, nanu.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard about Girl Scout cookies?
No, I don't think any of them have ever heard about Girl Scout. What are these things you talk of Girl Scout cookies?
What is
They're
a cookie?
Girl Scout cookie, and they look like s'mores.
Girl Scout cookies.
No,
What's your go-to, Jamie, for Girl Scout
I'm
cookies?
not saying egg.
I'm a Thin Mints kind of
Okay.
guy,
Okay, I
and
like
I like them in the freezer.
Yeah,
And,
a lot of people do.
The Girl Scout cookies are like s'mores. They have the white and they have white and chocolate frosting,
Uh huh.
Ooh.
and they're a cookie. And they added, and they have with like designs on it, and on the front it
Mhm.
says Girl Scout cookies, and then there's like a little sign on the back
Mhm.
like that, and then it looks like and then it doesn't look like a cookie. It
Mhm.
looks like a s'more.
Okay.
With a
I want
cookie
some more.
on it.
I want some more.
Those s'more cookies were pretty good.
I've never had those. I'm a caramel delight guy.
Oh, I do like those too. Those are very good.
What are
Very
very
awesome.
good?
There's a Girl Scout cookie called Caramel Delights.
They're delicious.
Caramel delights.
Mhm.
All about the tagalongs. About tagalongs. I don't think I've ever heard of
What?
a tagalong.
We don't have any.
Can you buy them?
Well, they only sell Girl Scout cookies a certain time during the year. So when the
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookies come around, we will try them.
And buy like 7,000 packages and put them in your freezer.
Mhm. Sure thing, kiddo.
I want a cookie.
Now I want a cookie too.
Oh, okay. The peanut butter ones. That's what a tagalong is. Okay. Those are good too. I do like those.
Oh no, Drewby, I think I've got a many years to break Drew down on this. This is good long-term friendship here.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling, eventually I will break him of this fear of boats.
Well, I'll end up getting older. We'll both get older, and I'll end up like in a wheelchair, and you'll be pushing me around, and you'll be like, "Dude, I'm pushing you right onto this.
We're just going right onto the boat.
We're going right
around
on.
the
There's
boat.
nothing I can do."
Shuffleboard.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll play some shuffleboard. I like shuffleboard.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's a cookie.
Speaking of cruises and food on the cruises is very important.
Oh, of course.
And Drew and I, we do like to eat.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All
So,
the time.
Drew, have you ever had the Pangu Lumpia?
So I saw that when you sent me the news, and I'm like, how did I never know that was a thing? Seriously.
You've never had that?
No, dude. I didn't even know it existed until I saw it in the news thing you sent me.
No.
I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, oh my
No.
goodness. I need it in my life now, dude.
No,
So, yeah.
Drew.
Yeah. Mhm.
You're killing me.
Dude, I'm killing me.
He's killing you.
I saw it and I'm like,
Okay.
what is that?
Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, first off, Drew's a baker.
Yep.
And I fancy myself a little bit of a cook. So I actually have an intro for Drew and I for that. Hold on. And
And a property corn. I love it.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Swedish chef is the only Muppet who has human hands.
Yes, he is. I thought you were going to say that he's Swedish.
He's the only Muppet who has
No.
human hands.
He is the only Swedish Muppet. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
Muppet that has human hands.
He's the only Muffet.
The Swedish?
He's
Jimmy-
the only Swedish Muffet with human hands.
Jimmy
You said
Muffet.
Muppet.
Jimmy Muffet.
Jimmy Muffet.
You said
Great
Muppet.
singer, that Jimmy
Right,
Muffet.
You
I
said
love it.
Muppet. You mean Muppet? Said Muppet.
So what I am talking about are called the Pangu
And
Pangu.
Stranger, Dad does not sell Girl Scout cookies.
No, I do
We
not.
eat them. I
Okay.
basically are the one eating them.
Okay. View full screen. Hold on, it's taking me a second here.
No,
Don't
take
do
your
that,
time.
please.
Take your time, Jimmy. Take your
All
time.
right, here we go. And let's see if I can not hit the leave studio button.
I don't think they want to see my face up close. Hey!
These are called Pangu Lumpia, and they are sold in Animal Kingdom over at the little I don't know, refreshment station or something. Yes, kiddo.
Can they show you a drawing?
Sure, you can show them your drawing. You've been wanting to show them that all week. Here, hold on. Hold on. Let Daddy take the screen away so that they can get a nice big view of your drawing. Okay, hold on.
Yes. Ooh. I like
do that just for me. It says to Daddy from L.
I love the little
It's
fingernails.
orange with the heart.
That is so cute. I love the little fingernails.
She is quite the artist, this little one. I'm very proud of her.
I learned it from this guy.
Whoa!
This guy.
From this guy.
That guy. That guy.
So-
This guy.
These are called Pangu Lumpia, and They are basically.
I'm gonna go out for a little.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you. They are basically spring roll wrappers with cream cheese and diced pineapple. And then they deep fry them, and then you sprinkle them in just, I think, granulated sugar, regular sugar. And oh my God, they're just fantastic.
Yeah,
and I can't believe
amazing.
That Drew's never had them.
Nope.
But the good people over at the Disney Parks blog people released the recipe. Now, this came from Disney Parks blog, so I can't guarantee if this is a Bob recipe.
Yeah, right.
Or a real recipe. But it looks the real ones are fantastic.
They look fantastic.
100%. They are like Mr. Aprisco, bring all the insulin. Like, all of it. Just bring it all.
And just plow through them. Just plow through them.
Just plow through them because they're fantastic. So the recipe calls for 10 spring roll wrappers. This is really easy. I mean, I don't understand how this could be wrong. Now, I mean, there are some that have been easy and wrong also.
Beignets.
A package of beignets, a package of cream cheese, diced fresh pineapple, sugar, and oil. I mean,
yeah. It's pretty.
I mean, unless they're cheating with like MSG or secret sauce or something in the real ones that are screwing it up. But I do have a Bob concern.
Yeah,
and I will show it to you in a second. So it tells you, you line the baking sheet with parchment paper with silicone baking mat, separate the wrappers, you do all this stuff, soften your cream cheese. You go through all this stuff, you stuff them, and then you sprinkle them with sugar, roll the edge, you make a spring roll. You do that whole thing, right? And then you freeze them. So you freeze them for at least 4 hours or overnight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then take 1 inch of oil, 350 degree oil, and you fry them for 3 minutes on each side until golden brown. Drain them on some paper towels, roll them in sugar, and you're good to go, right?
Bingo bongo, pongo.
Bingo bango bongo sounds perfect, right?
Sure.
So I scroll down, and the first comment says, I don't know what I did wrong, but I couldn't get them to stop exploding. They exploded in the oil, oven, and an air fryer. I tried several times with different temperatures, but kept getting the same result. Also, In was sad. See, I don't understand. This concerns me because they can't write. Also, In was sad that it didn't taste the same as inside the park.
Frying things, especially bakery-wise, it almost sounds like maybe they missed the whole point of freezing them. Mm-hmm. That would be, honestly, that would be my first question was like, did you actually freeze them for 4 hours or more? Because some people will be like, put it in the freezer for a little while. Because, yeah, man, if it's like room temperature, not completely frozen, because what you really want to do, you're just trying to crisp the outside and heat the inside. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you don't, literally, when you put it in there and it's not frozen, dude, it's already going to want to get out. You know what I mean? Like that cream cheese is going to go.
I thought the same thing too, Trish. One bad comment, and they closed the comments, but they left the bad comment.
Probably because they knew they couldn't write it very good. And they were like, people will look at that and be like, that person doesn't know what to talk about.
I tried to make the cheeseburger spring rolls from a recipe that I found online. It wasn't a Disney recipe.
Bob.
And I had the exploding problem when I tried to fry and air fry, and same thing.
Really?
Now, if I remember correctly, it didn't tell me to freeze my cheeseburger fring rolls. My cheeseburger fring rolls were not frozen.
I love it, dude.
So maybe that was the trick.
Yeah.
Semi-skadoosh. So I don't know. So I have some concerns that this person who can't really type that well says they didn't taste the same and they exploded. So, but I think you're right. They may have not followed the instructions properly. and not frozen them. Or maybe they froze them for like 30 minminutes.
No,
and
that's
we're
what
that
I mean.
guy.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's frozen. It's pretty frozen.
Well, it's cold enough. No, like you literally.
What's the cheeseburger or roll?
Hand size. It's got to be at least 5 times bigger. No, but yeah, like it's just like French fries, dude. Like French fries, you know what I mean? When you make French fries, you got to I forget what it's called. Like when you quickly put them in just for a second. What is that called? It's like quick fry, real quick.
Blanching.
You basically blanch the fry, put it into the freezer. So then you take it out, because if not, you know what I mean? It's just gonna
You'll
burn.
never get them cooked. You'll never get them cooked.
Yep.
You'll burn them before they cook, basically, is what's going to happen to you.
Yep. And it's pretty much the same if you don't, with the spring rolls, if you don't freeze them, they're basically just going to go and mush out. That would be my only thing, that they did not freeze said item before they fried it.
Okay.
Because you know what?
I kind of want to try this.
I do too. Now, when you ate them,
and I know you have a fryer.
I do have a fryer, because I made lightsaber churros.
I know you did.
Yes, I did. That was so much fun. I think that was my favorite thing that I did over the apocalyptic time that we were all stuck in the house. But what I was going to ask you is, in the park when you had them, was the cream cheese, was it just like cream cheese, or did it actually taste sweet?
It just, if I remember correctly, it was just cream cheese, because there's so much pineapple flavor.
Oh, okay.
Like, it tastes like pineapple cream cheese because it's big chunks of pineapple mixed with cream cheese.
Right. Okay.
So, like I'm saying, like, I don't understand how literally it's 4 ingredients. It's sugar, pineapple, cream cheese,
and the egg
and the roll.
Right.
So I don't understand how you could secret sauce it to make it not taste like the parks. The only thing, there's one X factor I think you could throw in would be the oil you fry it in. Maybe they're frying it in a peanut oil, or they're frying it in some sort of canola oil or something that's adding a little bit of flavor in it that way, and maybe that's what the lady was missing in the taste.
Sure.
I don't know.
Now I have to go get it and try it, because I want to see. I'm curious about that cream cheese, because I feel like they would have added maybe a little sugar to the cream cheese to get it to be like almost like carrot cake. If you have carrot cake, you have like a butter and cream cheese and a little sugar. So I didn't know I don't know if they added that or if they didn't need it because of the pineapple flavor. So
right.
But I got to try those.
I think we're gonna definitely have to go there and try that again, because I haven't had them in a long time and I need them again.
Well, I didn't know I needed them until you showed me the news thing.
Need them now.
Now I'm like, I need them. I need them in my life. So I love pineapple.
You definitely need them. Oh, dude, I know you love pineapple. That's why I immediately thought of it when I saw that they had released the recipe for it. I was like, oh, Drew needs this. And I'm like, I can't believe you didn't know about it.
You know what, though? But not in my defense, but the reason why I haven't done a lot of eating in Pandora.
Oh, dude. That Satsuli canteen is pretty good.
Yeah.
Their bowls are pretty good. Their rice is terrible that comes in the bowls. It's like pebbles. It's like chewing on pebbles.
Like almost like wild rice. Is it like wild rice?
It's a wild rice, and it's an undercooked wild rice purposely. We sent it back, and they're like, oh, we're sorry about that. They sent it back to us, and we're like, it was still crap. Like, I guess it's supposed to be this way.
Yeah, wild rice is hard. Like literally hard.
Or maybe they were fried in Donald Duck fat. That would be amazing.
Duck fat.
Oh, duck fat is amazing.
It really is. French fries and duck fat.
Okay.
Amazing.
While the kiddo is not here, we will get to the big change they made at Epcot. And I say big with a little smirk on my face because I'm a child. For those of you who may not know, for years, there have been people who have thought it has been absolutely hilarious to go to one of the back alleys in the Morocco section of Epcot. And there is what they would call the Big Chimney. And it is this architectural feature on one of the walls. Feature. And people thought it was the greatest thing to take photos with said feature. And
More than the characters.
More than the characters. Oh, this was way more popular than some of the characters. So I will go ahead and just I'm just going to show it to you, and keep it PG, guys, please. So this is what it looks like now.
With
This
the
is
door.
this is the new Morocco Door. There was walls up for quite a while, and they were doing construction, and this is what you can go take pictures with now. Not so exciting. I don't think there are going to be many people taking photos with it.
No.
This is what it used to look like. And Christy J may or may not have a picture with that.
I don't know what you're laughing about, Jamie. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
It was referred to as the big chimney, or the big something else, and a lot of other people would refer to it as. And it's the big gone now.
Yes, the big bye-bye. I wonder if there's I wonder if there's a place in Morocco that this actually exists still. You know what I mean? Like if they went to Morocco and actually,
but if you actually go to Morocco,
you actually went, and like they literally took a picture and like replicated an actual place.
Oh, you know that Disney goes through and they take pictures, they do reference, they send people on trips, they do all sorts of stuff to get reference material for these places.
Right.
And the funny thing is that I have been to Morocco, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
Probably 1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And I have probably walked right by that thing. Never once in my life did I notice it.
Not me either.
I didn't know it was a thing.
I didn't either.
Until I found the story this week about it being removed. And then I found all this history. I wish I could type what I heard it called. And it does look very Moroccan.
Yep. That is the Moroccan culture, I guess, right there.
And if you think about it, I mean, that Morocco pavilion's been there.
Jeff Cox, I love it. I love it. A
hidden
yeah.
So, I mean, that has been there for how long? Think about how long that's been there.
Yeah. And I want to know who the first person was that went, you know what? you know what? I need a picture. And yeah. It
took Instagram to take that down. You know that's what happened.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
because
Disney was like,
that has been there since Disney was built.
Right.
And, nothing ever would have happened. I bet you there have been people, I bet you can find people who have Polaroids of them with that laughing and doing silly poses with it.
Yep.
But it took Instagram to make, or maybe, who knows, it could have been TikTok.
Yeah, one of those.
Or what pushed platforms. It over the top? Or what made it explode? Okay, I'm going to stop.
It's an explosion.
So yeah, it went from that to an opening. They went from yeah.
And you know what? The Queen showed me a picture though. Somebody had posted, and they posted this, and they had another shot of like a doorway, like just like a walkway that you go through, and it kind of resembled the old chimney a little bit. And they said there is a silver lining. So they I was like, oh my gosh.
The streets were created and designed by the Moroccan government. So there was somebody, a Moroccan designer, who had to know.
Oh yeah.
Had to know.
They knew what they were doing.
And is just today like they finally realized.
He's probably like, I won designer of the year.
It reminds me of The Little Mermaid. Do you remember
Yes.
that? Now, I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
my-
think that's a fairy tale.
That's
I
not,
think
man.
that actually happened. Like
That's
that's not
Mm-mm. It's
that's not urban legend. It was like real.
Do you know how I know that it's not?
Did you have a copy?
I owned like one of the I don't know original, but like one of the older VHSs, dude. Because when that
Mhm.
came out, I was like, wait a minute, and I went and looked. Yeah, it was legitimate. Yeah, it was pretty obvious, very, very, very obvious. And I was like, man, they snuck that thing in there.
Oh my gosh!
Now, okay, we might have talked about this before. Real quick tangent. In the movie The Rescuers, have you seen their little thing that they have in there in that movie?
I can't say that I know.
And I'm going to keep this, PG. But while Bianca and Bernard are flying on the Albatross, they're going through the city, and there's buildings on each side. Somebody took a picture, like a legitimate picture of a person, a woman. And yeah, I don't really want to go any farther, but it's definitely not for kids. And you can see it like because somebody slowed it down, I guess.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But if you're not looking for it, it happens so quick you wouldn't even notice it. But somebody snuck.
Oh, like a Fight Club.
Yes.
Like he did, like the guy did in Fight Club. He was like splicing in like a single frame of something into the movie.
It was just like boop, and you wouldn't even have noticed it. See, yeah, literally only 3 frames of the movie.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like I didn't know until
hilarious.
Yep. I was just like, wow, man. Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
The stuff they sneak in, man. The stuff they sneak in.
I mean, and you think about it, these designers, they do a lot of work on these things. So they get bored.
Of course they do. Of course they do. And you know what? A lot of times it wasn't like super obvious, but sort of. You know what I mean? It was because I didn't notice it until like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or a month ago or something. They brought it up and I was like,
oh, there's a lot of stuff in those movies where if you look them up, they say all sorts of stuff shows up.
Bad stuff.
Back to, I wanted to get that in while the kiddo wasn't in here, so I didn't have to have an awkward conversation. So back to a little bit about the cruise stuff. So in addition to the cruise merch that you can get across from the co-op, there is now a bar, is Dockside Margaritas, where you can get strawberry daiquiris and pina coladas, and you can get it in the Disney Cruise Line cup.
It's a nice looking cup.
The little Disney Cruise Line souvenir cup, which is a cool looking cup.
It really is.
And it's actually, I think it's a glass. It's like real glass, if I am correct.
Okay.
And they're available while supplies last. And I think this is pretty much the for a while, the only way we're gonna like get like photos with me and Drew on a cruise. They are doing PhotoPass cruise photos at the Disney PhotoPass studio at Disney Springs.
That's fun.
So Drew and I can go to the PhotoPass studio and pretend to be on a cruise together.
I like that. No, we should do that. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Like little, whatever they do, I don't know what it is. If it's like a beach photo or whatever it is, we need to do it because I think it'd be hilarious.
And it's going to be the closest I get, maybe my whole life, to getting on a cruise. Yeah. Jamie's like, I'm going to get you on a cruise.
Other than the Jungle Cruise.
Yes, exactly. And I will go on that. I will go on the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat.
No, that's all. I wonder if they do sell virgin margarita. They gotta start doing that because I like the taste. I like the taste of the the stuff.
Dude, as a kid, I would pound some strawberry margaritas, virgin strawberry daiquiris. That's what I would used to drink, which is basically a strawberry fruit smoothie.
Yeah, a smoothie or a slushie.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh, they're delicious. All these sensitive people. But I do like that glass. I like the shape of that glass.
That is a good glass, right?
Yeah. It's got a good gripper on it.
Got a good vibe to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have a hangle, but
no hangle.
You don't always need a hangle. So.
But you don't always have to have a hangle.
No, you don't. No, you really don't.
All right, now, okay. here's a question. I feel very dumb, and I think this is something that I think we
Me
need
too.
to. I'm always dumb.
I am too.
So one of the things we just did last week's show was like a deep dive into Disneyland, and like if Drew and I, as Disney World people, went to Disneyland, what would we do? And it was fun. Like I learned a lot about Disneyland. It was kind of fun. So Trish had said, "Oh, you guys need to do one for Disney World. Like, what should Disneyland people do in Disney World?" I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll do that. Definitely on the list for like a time to do shows."
Upcoming
yes,
shows.
kiddo.
Hello, Zach Smalzer.
Okay, hold on, kiddo.
I'm here to say good night.
Okay, good night.
Night, Ellie Belly.
Bye.
Say good night, everybody.
Bye.
Mwah.
Mwah. Oh, she's got the showmanship. Look at that.
Oh yes,
Mwah.
definitely. Mwah.
Mwah. Love you all.
All
Throw
right.
roses at my feet.
Yes. Hello, people. Hello.
Hello, end scene.
Yes.
Oh, please.
And as I thought about it, there's no way that could be one show.
No.
In my opinion, because there's 2 parks at Disneyland, and we were able to cut a lot of stuff out because of Disney World. I don't think I could give somebody a Disney World, like a Florida trip, like overview
advisory or whatever. Yeah.
in 2 hours and be any kind of thorough. So maybe we could break like a park down per show. Maybe like, one show could be Disney, Magic Kingdom. One show could be an Animal Kingdom show. One show could be an Epcot show.
Yep.
And we could do that. And then I figured we could go learn about all the other parks. We could go learn about Tokyo Disneyland. We could go learn about Shanghai Disneyland. Because I don't know a lot about most of these parks.
Yeah.
And like, I just learned there's 2 parks in Tokyo. Did you know that?
I think I did, because I think I like saw something. I saw like a show about it, about like them making it, and like they had like an earthquake or something, and they got shut down. But yeah, it's like
I had no clue.
Yeah, like, and one of them looks nothing like. It doesn't even look Disney per se.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There is a second park called Disney Sea.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. All these other people know this. I didn't know this. And it's called Tokyo Disney Sea. And apparently they're doing like a huge expansion to it. And they're adding what they're calling Fantasy Springs.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
And like I said, I was looking into this thing, and like, I guess it's like an island, and there's like some really, like, they have some like Toy Story manias there, and like there's a Twilight Zone Tower of Terror over there.
I didn't know that.
But it looks nothing like anything ours looks like.
Yeah.
There's these weird, they look almost like bumper car boats. Some really weird stuff, dude. So I figured maybe we can just like learn about different parks as a segment in the show every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I knew nothing about these.
Yeah.
But so now I'm not going to play the music, because knowing Disney, somehow this music is like ultra copyrighted.
Yep.
And it's going to shut down our stream.
Yep.
But I'm going to share at least the video. There are these little short 40-second videos of the 3 little Fantasy Spring expansions that they're doing. And the first one is the Peter Pan area. So there's going to be this whole little Peter Pan area. And like I said, no audio, because like I said, it's like this orchestral, knowing them, it's so nondescript, but it's going to get flagged immediately, and the whole stream will shut down.
And that won't be fun.
No. So they made these little miniatures, which I'm fascinated with.
I love miniature.
So they've got this drawing, and they're going to do this whole Peter Pan area. I'm like, look at this thing they built.
Dude, I love. Yeah, that looks awesome. It does give you a pretty good overview, but it gives you a good overview.
It kind of looks like Pandora, right? With the mountains.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh,
look how cool that looks with the pirate ship.
They're getting some cool stuff, man. They're getting some cool stuff over there. It's not fair.
I know they are.
It's not fair.
Look, it
Oh,
has
look at a little
smoke.
smoke. Dude, a little smoke
smoke.
coming out of there. That's awesome. You can go onto the ship. Dude, you can go onto the ship.
Yeah. Looks really cool, right?
And a big area, too. Yeah, well, I've seen some of the other parks over, across the pond. There is so much walking space. Like, I'm like, holy cow. And then I'm realizing the crowd and the amount of people that they have. You know what I mean? Going to it. Like, we have a lot here, but they have a lot. That's crazy, though.
All right, and then the second area, we get a bathroom. They get a whole tangled area.
I know. I can't believe we have a
bathroom. We get the tangled bathrooms.
It's such a shame.
They get like this whole tangled area. So you can see the pirate ship over there. And so this is a little bit more of the thing, but like, so it's kind of the same area that you come into, but then you'll look and we'll see tangled.
Yeah, look at the walking space. It's crazy.
Yeah, look how much open spot there is. And then so look, there's her tower.
And those aren't bathrooms over there. Oh, look at that.
And those are not just bathrooms.
Dude.
And it's got like Rapunzel. I wonder if they're going to actually have like a character up there, like a person up there.
I was hoping they'd be able to go up in it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Imagine that, dude. Go up in it.
And the ship is docked, so you're all good, Drew. You can go on that one.
Land. I could even swim to land. So that's
good.
good.
You're all good on that one. And then the last one is the frozen area. You know that's going to be popular.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's going to be off the hook popular.
Okay, so we'll play this one.
Fantasy Springs. I like the name too.
It's a cool name.
It's not like Fantasyland.
As you can tell, this all is the same beginning.
Yeah. It's just awesome.
So this whole Fantasy Springs area is Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan all together in one area. But you can see the mountain in the back. You can see that ice mountain.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's Arendelle, man.
That's pretty awesome. I want to know why the people aren't moving, though. They're just standing around.
Yeah.
Like, just come on.
Why are they like not going anywhere?
Not doing anything. Look at that, dude. Wow. As you can tell, though, it looks like they definitely put a little more money and a little more time into the Frozen area. Because they obviously know that's going to be a huge,
I mean, that's a huge thing. I'll say it right now. I think Tangled's a better movie.
I couldn't agree with you more. But that's just me. I love Flynn Rider.
100. Tangled's like a 10 times better movie.
Yep. I do. I'm surprised it isn't more popular.
Right, Power Mad.
Power Mad. Yeah, no, like Tangled is, you know what Tangled had, in my opinion, over Frozen? I'm not knocking on Frozen, but I think the humor and the comedy was better in Tangled.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know that Olaf is cute and kind of silly, funny, and you had a little, with Sven and everything, but there was just so much more funny stuff, in my opinion, going on, like with Flynn Rider and Rapunzel, like their little, like, back and forth banter. And I've seen the movie like a million times. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Tangled. Great movie. And I'll tell you, it had me tearing up at the end. I don't know about you. It really did.
Oh, no.
It had me tearing up.
It's one of those, like, you connect to the characters.
Gosh, dude. Yes.
100%. I think it's a better movie.
Well, you know what I liked about it? I love the turnaround of Flynn Rider. How he's not really bad, but he's sort of a crook. And then he comes full circle and realize, I've seen it so many times, but he comes full circle and realizes what's important.
He's Han Solo.
He is Han Solo. And at the end, he's just
legitimately like he is the cartoon version of Han Solo.
Yep. Maybe that's why I like him so much.
And that's probably why I think I like that movie so much. And I like him so much.
Because he's awesome, dude. He is. Awesome. Dude, you're so right, man. He is the Han Solo. He's an animated Han Solo.
He's a scoundrel.
Yep.
He's still a scoundrel.
Yep.
He never stops being.
No.
He never kind of sheds it 100% scoundrel. He's still always like, if you left him in a room with some stuff,
it'd be gone.
he'd still probably swipe something.
Yeah.
Even if he was still like the prince,
Yeah.
he would, even if it was his own stuff,
No, he'd be like,
he would still probably pocket something.
But deep down in here, buddy, his heart is in the right place.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what I love. I love that type of character. It's a very dynamic, just very interesting character, man. You know what I mean? It's not just a straightforward, like, I'm a good guy and I'm just going to be good, you know? But we need that as well.
Yeah, because nobody's perfect.
No.
And I think that he's got flaws and he's human.
Relatable
it kind of
flaws.
endears you to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you kind of feel bad for him at the same time. And, you know, you love him and you kind of hate him at the same time. And
100%.
He's the only prince with facial hair. Really? Is that a fact?
He does kind of have a goatee, doesn't he?
I'm trying now. Oh, Chrissy, why'd you do that? Now I'm trying to figure out if there's anybody else that has facial hair. I don't think they do.
And his name's Eugene Fitzherbert.
I know,
which is just such a great name.
Fitzherbert.
Speaking of somebody who, you know, you kind of hate, but he's endearing a little bit.
But love his food.
Gordon Ramsay.
Uh-huh.
I have to admit that I did go through a period of time where I did watch a little bit of Hell's Kitchen for a while.
Did you?
I watched a season or two of it, and then after 1 or 2 seasons of it, it was the same show every time. Literally him just yelling at people, calling people donkeys, and they cooked the same food, and it got really boring.
Yeah.
But I have eaten at a few of his restaurants, and the dude, I know he doesn't specifically cook the food in his restaurants. That's the way executive chefs work. They don't specifically cook all of the dishes. They didn't cook your food that you ate that day, but they came up with that menu. They trained the people who cooked your food. They oversee it.
Yep.
You know, it's their vision. And dude's restaurants are good.
Yeah.
They are. They just are.
And fish and chips.
So I'm interested to try it. I'm interested to try this dude's take on fish and chips, on a fast, casual fish and chips.
Yep.
So if you can't really see it in the thing, this is Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips. So the mean English dude himself is opening up a fish and chips restaurant, like kind of a fast casual fish and chips restaurant over at Icon Park on International Drive. If you guys don't know what Icon Park is on International Drive there's a giant Ferris wheel on International Drive. It's almost impossible not to see.
Oh yeah, you can see it from, I think, from Epcot, man.
I think you can.
I think it's from Epcot. Yeah.
I think you probably can. If
like up on the Skyliner,
or something, you could see it.
Yep.
They have, it's an interesting area. They're trying to make it its own little attraction area. It has that Ferris wheel. It has like this giant swing thing that is, I don't know how many feet in the air.
Dude, I think
hundreds of feet.
I think it was
in the air.
I think it's 300 feet or something crazy like that.
And it swings you out in a spinning swing.
Yeah.
Like crazy carnival ride style ride. They have a Madame Tussauds wax museum. They have a little aquarium.
Sea life, I believe it is.
I mean, it ain't the greatest. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's like $30 and you can go to SeaWorld for $30 these days.
Let me tell you though, because you're bringing this up. So we got our Legoland annual passes. And with the one
and it's the same group. It's the Merlin Entertainment Group.
So we have Legoland, and what was included also the Madame Tussauds or whatever, the Sea Life. We can go in anytime we want.
Yes,
which is that's a pretty good deal, man. Like I was fine with this Legoland, but I'm like, all right, because I honestly, I don't think I'd pay money to go look at like the Madame. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like
I would never pay money to go to Madame. I would never pay money to go see a wax museum.
Wax museum, or and now you're saying like the little aquarium's okay, which I'm okay with it being for free. I'll go check it out.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
like honestly, if
a goldfish,
the aquarium at the Living Seas restaurant in Epcot is as nice, if not better, than the whole attraction.
Wow.
At the Living Seas over there, at the little aquarium that they have there.
Yeah.
It's So they're
It's okay to
trying
go for
to
free.
make it. Yeah, if it's included with your Legoland Pass,
Yeah.
go for it.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't pay any money for it.
Yeah, no. That's why I never.
But so you can ride on the big Ferris wheel. So they're trying to make that like its own little attraction area.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens to also be within distance of my favorite steakhouse in Orlando, which is Charlie's Steakhouse, which is
I
fantastic.
have to
If you ever get a chance to go there, eat their best steak in the world. Yeah, like I don't understand any of the appeal of a wax museum. Like, it's like, look, it's something that looks remotely kind of like a celebrity that I can take a picture with.
The artistry is amazing. I will definitely give him that. That is amazing.
I'll give him that. With 3D printers and 3D scanners nowadays,
yeah, true.
You could 3D scan a person and 3D print that person and make it like legit perfect.
Right.
Do I really?
Because some of them are just a
little.
off.
You're looking at it like, is that Tom Hanks?
Kinda, yeah. Well, it doesn't not look like Tom Hanks.
It's
know
Tom
what I mean?
Hanks after a shot of tequila.
Yeah, after 10.
So where was I? Oh, so this is in that area. This is going to be in Icon Park. And I really want to try it because I'm a fish and chips fan. I love a fish and chips.
Me too.
The fish and chips at Epcot are amazing.
They are.
They're really good.
So good.
I've never been to England to try the real deal. I hear, it's like not a comparison.
Right.
Of course. But the ones I've had at Epcot are great. So I would love to get to England and try the real ones.
Yeah.
But I will try Gordon Ramsay's, and I'd love to compare them to Epcot. And I think Drew and I need to go over there one day, and we need to do a little vlog
We're gonna have to
or a little
eat.
live stream over there from Icon. We need to go eat at this thing when it opens up.
Yep. And go on
It is
the big Ferris wheel. Got to do it.
And then
maybe
the
not in that
swing
order,
thing.
though. Maybe not in that. No. Would
And then
you
me
do
and
the
you go on
swing?
that swing thing. Oh yeah, I'll go on anything almost.
Really? You do the swing thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Even if I didn't get vertigo, there's no way. And I've always felt like this with those rides like that. They're just metal chains, like you swing on a regular swing, and they're like, "Yeah, no, that'll hold you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm 300 feet up in the air."
So I went on over at Old Town years into my youth.
Yeah.
It was this thing where they take you and they basically like pendulum swing you.
Okay.
Like 300 feet in the air. So there's two ropes that like are connected to your sides, and they put you in like a sling, and then they just like pull you back like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just let you go, and you go like this, like swinging back and forth like this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
So it's like you're Superman flying almost.
Sky Rider or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So like it was me and my friend, his name was Tarek. He was the biggest black gentleman I had ever met in my life. And it was the two of us in a sling together. It was the most hilarious dichotomy of look you've ever seen. Like
That's awesome.
The whitest guy and the biggest black guy you've ever seen together. And they slinged us together, and we went fast because it was two not little guys.
Yeah.
And we did that thing, and it was interesting. And so I'll try just about anything, anytime.
I think there's just certain things that like I see and I'm like, no. Like a buddy of mine went on that thing. We have one in Maine at Seacoast Fun Park is the name of it. And my buddy Mark went on it. And later that day he got ill, like really, really ill. He had to go to the hospital, dude. What happened was his appendix burst.
Oh, Jesus.
From going on that.
Here is a caveat. I have a caveat to my I'll try just about anything anytime.
Yeah.
If it's regulated and safe.
Yeah.
Bob's Traveling Carnival has one of those. You ain't getting me on that thing.
Yeah, no. The one they set up in 2.5 days.
The one they set up in 2.5 days, and it's there, and it's like this, like in the wind.
And they have wooden shims underneath the thing. I have legitimately seen that, and I'm like, there is no.
And it's a little
way.
creaky, and the guy takes out a quarter, pounds the quarter in there to level it out. Yeah,
He's like, dude, we're fine. I'm like, don't you want to level? Nah, I eyeball it.
No, yeah, that no. But if it's like a real safety regulated look thing, I'm kind of in on that. I'm on most of those. So this Gordon Ramsay thing is supposed to open August of 2021.
Oh wow,
so not too far away.
All right, so we'll have to. Yeah, that'll be our end of summer eat fest. A blast.
Yeah,
our blast. No, and I was going to ask you, have you ever been on the slingshot things?
Yes, I've been on one of those.
Have you really? Jeez.
I went on one of those at Action Park, where I say I'll be on anything that was regulated and safe. That was in my youth when it was not regulated and safe, because I know that thing was put together with bubble gum and duct tape.
And hope for the best.
I could have ended up in Pennsylvania. The ropes could have just snapped, and I could have ended up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pennsylvania, go ahead. Sally says John Stamos was in the parks today. I just
saw that. John Stamos, huh? Uncle Jesse? Uncle
Jesse was in the parks today. That's hi, Candy Tank.
Candy Tank, Mabry Ann Smith. Welcome in, guys.
Little tangent. My godfather was in town like last week, and this is my mom's brother, and he literally looks like a guy out of the Sopranos movies. I mean, straight up looks like an Italian right out of the Godfather. And I love him to death. He's the greatest guy in the world. Not the most PC guy in the world. Drives a Cadillac. I mean, literally, if you were to like draw a picture, you were like, that's it. Yeah. So he wanted to go to sushi. So we took him to the sushi restaurant here in town, and we're sitting down and we're having our little sushi dinner. And he takes a while because he talks, and it's a process to eat dinner with him.
He's a talk eater. He's a talk eater. Yeah.
He's almost 80 years old. He talks, he eats, he tells stories. Takes a while. We hadn't seen him in a while, so he's taking a while, right? So he had ordered a big plate of sushi, and he still had a decent amount of it left, and we'd been there a while. So the waiter comes by, and he goes to take the plate. He asks him to take the plate. He goes, "Are you done, sir?" And my godfather looks at him. He goes, "Are you in a hurry? Because I'm not." And you should have seen this kid's face, because he's a hard looking dude. this younger kid looked at him like,
I gotta go on break.
We didn't see that guy again. Like a different person came over to get our check, and we never saw that guy again.
Kid's like, I quit, man. I can't do this.
I don't know if he quit or what. He was done.
Went on break.
But it was the greatest. It was the greatest line I'd ever heard. Are you in a hurry? Because I'm not.
I'm gonna try to use that next time, dude. I'm at a restaurant. I don't think it'll work as good because they'll just look at me and be like,
because you're not intimidating.
I'm not really intimidating. I wish I could be, but I'm just not.
But yeah, no, that was just a great tangent that I had to tell.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying some fish and chips from the good old Gordon Ramsay.
Now I was going to ask you a question, because it looks kind of like where they sell ice cream or something. Is that like a building? Do you know? Have you seen like the layout? Because it looks like
I haven't seen where
it is, because it looks like the building kind of, when you're walking in, and they have like, there's a building here, and then in front of that you go, and that's where you go into the living seas and all that. And it was like an ice cream place. So I'm wondering if there was a sugar. It was called the Sugar Factory or Sugar Factory. I'm guessing that, because that never.
I don't know if the Sugar Factory. We ate there once.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
We did too, and that's why I'm saying that. They're probably like, you know what? This is junk. We need to get rid of it. Let's get Gordon Ramsay in here.
Food, like we ate. We tried to eat the food at the Sugar Factory, which we should have just ordered the ice cream.
Yeah.
The food was just terrible.
Ice cream was probably amazing, but
maybe the ice cream was good, but we were so dejected by the food. We were like, we're not even going to order your ice cream. We're done.
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks.
Thanks, but no thanks. So, I mean, now the funny thing is, like, for their fish and chips, like, thing promo they're trying to do, like, to me, this looks like they're showing a picture of shrimp basket. Like, I couldn't find a picture in their promos of like the classic fish and chips. That does not look like fish and chips. That looks like shrimp.
Right.
And then like the one to the right looks kind of like a hush puppy in the back.
I love hush puppies.
Oh, I'm not sharing the screen, am I?
No, but I was just envisioning. I was envisioning.
You were envisioning something, and then I'm not sharing the screen.
I was envisioning what you're saying. Yeah, that looks like fried shrimp. Yeah.
That looks like fried shrimp, right?
Right.
And then in the back looks like hush puppies,
or really short
or maybe even a
sausages.
corn dog.
A corn
Really
dog.
small corn dogs for
corn
James
dog
Scanlon.
bites. Corn dog bites. Yeah, that's
And
weird.
then-
I wonder if it's like
And the
going to be a
back
big
almost
reveal.
looks like the back
Calamari?
almost looks like calamari, but that little stabber, a technical term, stabber,
The
that's
stabber.
going through the middle of the one says fish and chips on it.
Hmm.
But those are definitely shrimp.
Yeah. Unless
So
maybe
I'm
they're not.
confused.
Maybe they're really tiny fish. Maybe they're goldfish.
Little fishy fishies.
Little tiny fish. I don't know.
The Gordon Ramsay corn dog, $42 corn dog.
Yeah, and it yells at you while you eat it.
Donkey!
You donkey! It's a corn dog.
Yes.
Dude,
Now,
all this
Drew,
is making me
I know-
hungry.
I know, I'm so hungry right now. I really want to eat something.
It's killing me.
Now, I know you've said you wanted to do the custom lightsaber over at Savvy's, right?
Yes, I did, and I saw what the I'm still going to do it.
Yeah,
But
it's still worth it. And I just realized, and I'll have to post it later, when I switched my channels over and did my whole swap, I never reposted my lightsaber vlog where I built my custom lightsaber. I still have it, but I didn't post it to the new channel. But the reason I'm talking about this is because there's my custom one that I built. But Disney's upping the price.
jacking it up on you.
They're going up 10%. They are going from $200 to $220.
It better be the real
And-
one.
Yeah, right. I think nothing is changing on them. I don't know if they have, if they still have the same problem that I know a lot of people that I know that got them have, where if you store them with the batteries in them, they die.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've solved any of that or whatever, but yeah, they are going up.
But maybe that's why
An
it
extra
went
$20
up.
bucks.
Maybe that's why they went
Maybe they
up, though.
fixed it.
Maybe they fixed it. They were like, all right, this part's going to cost, 20 more bucks.
So I'm a little. Oh no, Luann, do not pass. If you are a Star Wars fan, it is legitimately
A must.
the most like it's a spiritual moment, and they make it a spiritual moment the way they do it.
Yeah.
Wait until all of the COVID stuff is over.
Yeah.
Because you want the real like guy in there with you, and you want them handing you all of the stuff, and you want to be able to pick all of your stuff and
Full
you want it-
experience.
the
Full
full experience. Yeah. Because it is an experience.
Yeah.
It's not just, and it's an experience, and you also get your own lightsaber that you customized the way you want it,
Mhm.
which is just awesome.
Yeah.
I did not see when it will take effect or if it is immediate. I didn't see that in the story. I just saw that they say the price had increased. So it may be already. I knew they said it was going to be happening at Disneyland when it reopened. I don't know if that means that it's happening over here too. But I just wanted everybody to know, unfortunately, the kyber crystals used to, I think, be $12.
They're going up too? Wow.
Stranger, do you know what the kyber crystals are going up to? And that's one of the cool things about the custom sabers and the sabers that you get through Doc Ondar's is you can switch out the kyber crystals, which is always cool.
Yeah.
Because you can change the color of your sabers.
Which I think is just such a brilliant idea. Real simple thing,
yeah.
but absolutely
And
brilliant.
it makes it more legit feeling of a lightsaber, that there's like an actual crystal in there, and like
Right.
it makes it cooler than
Yeah.
some of the other ones that I have, which are cool sabers,
Right.
but like it makes it feel more like it would kind of really be if you found an actual lightsaber.
Right. Yeah.
Of course, Andy Prisco has some sort of tool to reprogram them to whatever he wants.
But but what about the kyber crystals, man? You know?
Yeah, but the crystals just look cool.
Yeah, it's just a cool thing to have, man.
Yeah, I like the fact that you can just get an extra crystal and they're cool looking.
Now, did you ever get a black one? Did you ever get a black one?
Dude.
No.
You have to like sell your soul or cheat to get a black one,
or buy a whole bunch of
bunch of red ones.
Yep.
I saw somebody posted. There was a recent YouTube video I had seen where somebody said like got a black crystal today, which I mean is just I think they say it's like 1 in 300. It's pretty like a luck thing.
Yeah.
There used to be the old container used to be see-through, and you used to be able to shine a flashlight through it, and people were cheating to try and get the black ones, and then they had to change the whole containers and take them off the shelves for a while and re-engineer it to stop the cheetahs.
The cheetahs.
The cheaters.
Darn cheaters.
I want to see if I can find that thing. Hold on.
Gonna find the thing.
You know how I showed you that link to how the lightsaber really works?
Oh yeah.
I guess with the two the two tape measures.
Yes.
So the guy did another version of it to show kind of because the tape measure was kind of like a wonky display of it
concept,
but like he wanted to show kind of a little bit better of how it would really work. So let's see. What they're saying is picture 2 tape measures, right? But make them longer, and so they curve over each other. You know how like a tape measure is curved?
Yeah. Right.
So more curved and make them overlap a little,
like
right?
Connect to each other.
Yep.
Yep.
And then make them connect to each other.
And
then in the middle is the tube of light that comes out, and then somehow a little cap comes over it.
Gotcha.
Freaking crazy, man.
That's awesome.
That's just crazy.
Dude. That's just awesome. But that totally makes sense. That's the thing. How this guy's explaining it,
right?
That absolutely makes sense.
And the blade material is also going to serve to diffuse the light. It's dude. I
want one.
The fact that I need one.
Andy Aprisco, can you make one for us?
And the fact that they have the fact that it's patented, I don't know. It'll be a while till somebody knocks it off. Somebody will come out with a knockoff way to do it, but it'll be a little while before they can really come out and make a knockoff of it.
Well, because somebody really has to get a hold of one, I think.
They have to get one, and if they're not gonna sell them, if they're legitimately gonna be only for use at the hotel, which is what they're theorizing it's gonna be.
Right.
That it's gonna be only used at the hotels, and you can't buy one, so no one's gonna be able to buy one and take it apart.
Right. You're gonna have to
basically
be a lot
look
harder
at it for them to reverse engineer.
Right.
They're gonna have to be like,
yeah. How does this work? Yeah. And no pictures are allowed in the hotel.
They're gonna be chasing dreams with Mike with his glasses.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He just keeps sticking his head down near it. They're like, sir, why are you wearing sunglasses inside the hotel?
Yeah.
No, but that is just amazing. But that's a good way to get people to go to the hotel.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I want to go to that hotel so bad.
I do too, man.
It's killing me.
You know what's going to kill me is seeing the first person.
Oh God, yeah. The first vlogger
that gets to get in there. It's just going to kill me because I'm going to go, I wish I could be in your position.
Mm-hmm.
Just, dude, Disney needs to let us in, Jamie.
Oh yeah. No.
Walk right up and be like, we are Jamie and Drew, and you really
you need to let the Dad and Drew show in here right now.
Yep, please. And you know what? The heck with it. We won't even vlog it. We just want to enjoy it.
Nope. I just wanted to, and then we'll just tell people about it in the Dad and Drew show. Or if you want me to not tell people, I will not tell. Whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. I'll do whatever you need. Whatever you need and want me to do, I will do it. I'll do it. I got 2 kidneys. What the heck?
Yeah.
They need one of those?
Too. Yeah, sure. No problem.
Fine.
I'm all good with it.
I will totally give Jamie Skidney a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew, did you watch this trailer?
I have not watched it.
Then we can't talk about it. Oh my God.
No. Talk about it. It's okay. I'll watch it after. I don't mind. I don't.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is like I mean, a lot of the Marvel movies are martial arts movies already.
Right.
There's a lot of martial arts in Marvel movies as it is. And here, one of the things that Drew and I have already talked about Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and their movies in general is one of the reasons that we both agree that they've done so well is because they take their movies and their characters and they fit them into a style of movie. So you've got your spy thriller.
Yep.
You've got your heist movie.
Yep.
You've got your, your horror-ish movie. You've got like these genre movies that they then put their characters into, and it just kind of fits. You've got your war movie, your Captain America war movie. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And it makes sense and it works.
It goes with what they're going for. You know what I mean? The type of character. Yeah.
And this one is legit a martial arts movie. Like there's flares of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in there.
Dude,
there are
so
old school like Bruce Lee style movies. There's like the Gordon Lowe movies. Like there's like so much deep martial arts type stuff in there, and it's so well. And there's like the hints of the humor. And it just looks fantastic. It looks so great. And there are already like rumors and things that it ties into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And like, which is over on Friday.
I know.
6 episodes and it's done. It's over on Friday.
But you know what? Okay. Just quick tangent on that. So you know how we talked about, it's like, there's only 6 episodes, and with WandaVision, what was it, 8 or 9 or whatever? And it's like, it's one of those things where we're like, we want more. But I'll tell you what, that I love that they're doing, even though it's that weird feeling where it's like, I want more, but at the same time, I'm so glad they don't take these wonderful concepts for their movies or their shows and drag them out to the point that I can't stand them anymore. And then all of the goodness, like the first 6 episodes that I loved, all of a sudden they get tainted because it just starts getting watered down. I just don't even want to see the characters anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're just bored with it because you're like, okay. Like if they kept dragging out WandaVision, you'd just be like, I don't even care about WandaVision.
Awkwafina was so funny. Awkwafina is in that, and like she's like his little sidekick friend, and like she's pretty dang hilarious in that little. Even just in the trailer portion, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
But okay, spoiler alerts, guys. I have to talk about some of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier stuff that happened. Spoiler: if you have not watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or you care about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we've gone an hour and a half. Show's almost over. It was lovely to meet you. See you next week. Knowing is half the battle. Drink some milk; it does a body good.
It really does. Right. I love milk.
Dude, did you freak? You watched like the last episode, right?
Of course I did.
How much did you freak? Hey, James Wilkerson.
James, what's up, buddy?
I did a little child like dance in my seat when she walked up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Elaine is in the MCU.
Dude. Seriously. And it blew me back because I looked over at the Queen. I was like, did you see that? And then she's like, who is it? I'm like, it's Elaine. But it took me a second too, man, because she looks so different, man.
Yeah.
She looked she's been out of at least from my eyes, been out of the spotlight for so long.
No, she's been out of the limelight. She's been on Veep and stuff like that for a while.
See, I don't really watch that, so I wouldn't be aware. But I was like, she looks the same, but older. And let me tell you, that character she played, awesome.
She nailed it.
Awesome.
And the funny thing is, like, like I said, I'm what I would call a casual to moderate comic book fan. I know your big name, top tier characters. And past that, maybe slight tertiary characters, but I'm not going to know these deep cut things or whatever that are going on.
Either. Right.
Like I have no idea who this lady is that everybody's like freaking out who this lady is. And like all these people are doing these deep dive things, but just the way she played the character was her intro where she's like, she says her name. She's like, my name is Contessa Valentina, but you can call me Val, but don't call me Val.
But don't call me
just
Val.
Think about calling me Val.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
No, but dude, but it's funny because she just goes into it, does not give either of them a moment to even say a word. She's just like, blah, 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 blah. Here, and she hands her card over. That's not even it's just
and he looks at it, he's like, it's blank.
It's blank. Yeah. But I love how she's been talking. She's like talking for like 55 seconds. And then she turns over to like acknowledge the woman. Like, oh yeah, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. And then just keeps
she's great.
to
She's a spitfire over here.
Yeah. It just keeps on going. Keeps on. And then she just gets up and walks away.
God.
Walks away.
Loved it.
Dude, amazing episode, man. Amazing episode. Because the episode before that, the way they ended it, I'm going, oh my goodness, where is
dude, him with that shield?
Dude.
He snapped.
First placer, what's up, buddy? Marvelous Adventures of TNG.
Dude, I have to give it to them. That fight between him and the two of that was great.
That was awesome, dude.
They baseball batted him into the shield. Like they literally picked him up, swung him, and used the shield to hit him with it as like some of the moves they came up with. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But poor Winter Soldier, man. Poor Bucky.
Oh yeah.
You got a little
dude. They control. In the last episode, I laughed pretty hard that they like Control Alt deleted his arm.
Yeah.
She's like, and it's like, I'm like, oh, that's wrong.
I love how when he was helping tighten up the pipe that exploded near the boatyard, and he takes the wrench and he's doing that, and the guy's like, the Falcon's like, dude, like, why did you use your arm?
Why didn't you use the metal arm?
He's like, I just don't think about it sometimes.
I don't always go to it.
That's what I'm like. I don't always go to it. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, why is he using a wrench? Dude, he's got a metal arm.
I know.
Dude, one more episode.
Oh, so good. But I have so many questions. Like, okay, they've done this whole giant power broker thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right-handed.
I'm right-handed.
I'm right-handed.
I'm right-handed.
Dude, they've done this whole build-up to the power broker. And like he was supposed to be the big bad of the whole episode.
Yeah.
And they haven't even showed him in the season finale.
You're like, I need more.
I'm wondering if and that's part of the theory they're breaking down, is they think that the power broker might break somehow into one of the next coming movies.
Yeah, because they're connecting these, man. They really are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the one thing Marvel has, and I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've seen any, like, production company or whatever take so many movies, that are all pretty darn good, and interlock them and interweave them the way that they've done with these Marvel movies, man. It's insane. No, really, it's insane. They're fairly flawless. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's little things in here and there, but yeah, it's just like you watch that and then you set up for the next one and then the next one, and they all eventually come around, full circle. It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, like, I have so many questions.
Disney Stranger said, is Sharon the power broker?
I don't know. Like, there are people who've asked that, but like she was walking around in that club, and like people said that like they knew the power. Like, and Zemo said he knew the power broker, but like he met Sharon, and he didn't seem to like, unless he was in on it.
Yeah.
he didn't seem to freak out that like that Sharon was the power broker. And that everybody keeps referring to the power broker as a he.
Maybe
So,
that's the
and it could all be like a swipe. It could all be a swipe.
misdirection. Yep.
Could all be misdirection. And then like I don't even know if Sharon's really a bad guy now, or is she a deep undercover agent again?
Double
Who
agent.
knows?
Double agent.
Triple agent.
Triple agent.
Triple agent.
Triple Lindy.
A triple Lindy.
Wait, that's a different movie.
That's Back to School.
Yes, it is. Great movie.
So yeah, I have a lot of questions that they need to answer.
Maybe they'll be answered.
And I still have some. Oh, dude, I have to. One of the where they fought the Dora Maji. I think that's how you say it. Dora Minaj. Dora Minaj. The ones from Wakanda.
Yeah.
The bald chicks. And they were beating the crap out of John Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And he like it broke him down. He's like, they weren't even super soldiers.
I know. You just saw the devastation on
like
his
you
face.
just see the
dude.
devastation in his face where he's like, they weren't even super soldiers, and I couldn't handle them. And that's why he took the serum.
And that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the end, man. For him, you know what I mean? Like it really was. It was like that thing where he felt like his manhood was, like I'm not the soldier that I need to be. I need to up the ante here.
Yeah.
Which bad choice, buddy. Bad choice. And then they were talking about when they were doing like the little like memory thing of his buddy when he's like, should I take the serum? Like, and then he was like, what about it changing me? And then the guy said, it will only like bring out who you amplify who you really are. Which when you hear that and then you see what he did, like that was already in him. You know what I mean? Like he was already a maniac. I mean, he really was. He was already a maniac.
You could tell he was kind of already a little bit of a maniac.
He was a little off the hinge.
I have to say, I laughed quite a bit where the chicks were beating him up, and Sam and Bucky were in the back, and Bucky goes, "Doing great, John. Doing great." And Sam's like, "We should help him."
You're like, yeah, no. Let him have it. No.
Not gonna help him. Not gonna help him.
No, not gonna help him at all. Oh wait, what? Oh my goodness!
You don't know where the Lindy comes from?
And Disney Stranger just put it in there. Wait. Rodney Dangerfield, baby.
Rodney Dangerfield, baby.
I've watched that movie so many times, man. Robert Downey Jr.'s finest performance, man.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Love it.
So good. But I like. There's so much to unpack in that whole. I love the Pulp Fiction moment where he opens up the case from Wakanda.
Yep. Could you see it sitting there, dude? You just see it, and you're like, "What's in that? I want to see what's in that, man." Showing our age, yeah, I know, Andy. It is showing.
And I love. Did you watch the mid-credit scene? Did you know there was a mid-credit scene after that episode?
Nope, I did not, and now I got to go back and watch it.
So there's a scene after the credits, and it's the crazy guy.
Yeah.
And he's in his garage, and he's building his own Captain America shield.
Oh.
And he's like grinding in metal, and he's taking his medals of honor, and he's melting them down to make his own like cosplay Captain American shield because he still thinks he's Captain America. That's how crazy he is.
And I don't think that's going to withstand. Like the
nope, like not like the vibranium one. That's
no, the vibranium one. I don't think it's gonna hold up. I don't think it's gonna hold up.
Nope, not gonna go so well.
All right, now I gotta see it. No, I gotta see it.
Not gonna work out. I don't think it's gonna work out so well for him.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And I still have issues with like, okay, so he's taken the super soldier serum, so he's already jacked up.
Yeah,
we know Bucky's jacked up on the super soldier serum.
Yeah,
I still have issues with Sam holding his own in a fight.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's my one qualm. That's like having Hawkeye. It's like having Hawkeye in a big. No, you know what I'm saying, man. Where it is, like, dude, this guy Hawkeye, and even Black Widow, man. I mean, even Black Widow. It's like, yeah, you're great. You're a great like assassin. You can do all these cool things. But let me tell you what, when some superhuman person comes, it's like, you're not going to be able to hold your own. But that was my one thing where I'm like, so Sam's going to be Captain America for the country against people that have more strength and can fall out of buildings. And if he doesn't have his wings and he falls out of a building,
he's going to have his wings. That's the thing. There is at least, like, I know this at least from being a slight nerd.
Yeah.
The Wakandans, like, he gets a new Captain America suit, and his Captain America suit has wings.
Oh, okay.
So,
so
the Wakandans made him a new Captain America suit with
Gotcha.
new, stronger vibranium wings and stuff like that. So he's going to get a new jacked up suit.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe his suit will help him maybe be a little stronger or something. I would expect maybe, but I always had issues with that. Like, just in general, like him in a fight against somebody, like, you know, with the wings and stuff, he can fly around and do stuff and it'll help him out. But like, you saw what happens when a super soldier punches a regular dude. You saw what happened to the sidekick dude. It just straight killed him.
Yeah, straight up.
So like, all it takes is like Sam to slip up just a little bit.
Right.
No, I know John Walker had no powers when he became Captain America, but he was like a show Captain America to me.
Yeah. No, he
was like
poster boy,
like a poster boy for the government to say, look, we have another Captain America.
A symbol for everybody to be like, oh,
let's
get
for everybody to be like, but they weren't going to go throw him into a fight with, like, you know, a giant supervillain. Like, he was just going to fight regular people. Like, it wasn't an Avengers style fight. I always had an issue with, like, you know, Black Widow fighting, you know, the Incredible Hulk. And it's like, it's one punch and you're done.
Your head will go
exploded.
Right. No, and that's the thing too. When people are like, well, but you know, Tony Stark, he's, you know, human, but he had a suit. Like, he had protection. He had protection. It's almost like, dude, it's almost like you're on a football team, you know, a football field. Tony Stark, people like that have football gear, and then you have that one kid who has no pads. He's wearing flip flops and a tank top.
Hawkeye wears a vest,
and he shoots arrows.
A vest.
I don't think
he's got a vest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why bring arrows to a superhero fight?
To a superhero gunfight.
Yeah.
So I always had some issues with that. So I'm wondering, I would kind of like if they somehow on the sly gave Sam some superhero soldier stuff, you know. I know it goes against of the story that they're trying to tell, that not everybody needs to have the serum to be a superhero kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what they're trying to go with, but it kind of helps.
But it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt
to be able to lift the bus.
Especially if he's going to have to go up against Psycho there, you know.
Yeah.
With his serum.
That's not going to go. Dude.
Because he's nuts. Man. He's like legitimately off his rocker now, and he's not going to be, you know what I mean? Like, Sam's going to be like, oh, I need to do the right thing and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, you think that guy gives a hoot about any of that? He's going to go
he
nuts
won't
on
pollute.
It. No, pollute.
He's going to give a hoot. He won't pollute.
No, he won't pollute.
But yeah, you have to watch the Shang-Chi trailer. Looks amazing. Yes, he does become, in the comics, he becomes US agent. And then they're also saying, like, there's like this anti-Avengers team that they make, which is kind of like the Suicide Squad of Marvel, which is like sort of bad guys that get a chance to become kind of redeem themselves a little bit. Yeah. And they do the jobs that the good guys won't do, kind of thing. So that's kind of where they think they might be going with this thing. They might be setting that up for maybe a future TV show or something like that. But yeah, he becomes U.S. agent in the comics. And they think that with Julia Louis-Dreyfus might be the leader of that group and kind of playing that Nick Fury character of that group.
I could see that. She'd be awesome, man. She'd be awesome.
She was cracking me up. Just the intro, just the line of where she says her name, and you can call me Val, but don't call me Val.
But don't call me Val. and you know, everybody on the planet that's watching it, as soon as she walks in, is like, it's Elaine.
Elaine
is here.
Elaine is in the MCU.
It's Elaine.
That's basically what I was like. Oh my God, Elaine's in the MCU.
Yep. Love Elaine, man.
I was like loving it.
Yep.
Okay, time for tangents. We're going to close out the show on some tangents.
I love it. I love it.
So I have HBO Max,
Mm-hmm.
and I was scrolling through looking for some stuff to watch. Good night, Luann. It was nice to talk to you. Have a lovely night. And thank you for buying my buddy Drew a picture. That's awesome. You are an amazing human being. And thank you so much for being a just valued member of the chat and the groups and all the stuff you do for everybody.
He's always here, man. Yes. Thank you so much, Luann.
So I was just looking for stuff. I need to find something to watch.
Yeah.
Have you watched, there's a documentary about Andre the Giant.
Oh, I don't know.
Have you seen it?
I can't remember if I saw that because I've seen stuff about Andre the Giant. It could have been on something else.
This is a long, like hour and a half, hour and 40 minute.
It's been a while.
Andre the Giant documentary. It's new. It's pretty new. It's
Okay.
I don't know, maybe like 2015, somewhere in that range. Pretty newish.
Might have seen that one, but I've seen something about him.
Oh my gosh,
that dude, man,
freaking amazing.
Yeah.
That dude,
huge gentleman,
like, just the size and the stature of him is pretty amazing. But the story of like him coming up, like I guess he grew up in France.
Yeah.
And was like, just a completely normal child. And then like by 15, he started like growing. And I think by 19, he was like 6'5" or something like that already.
Yeah. Yep.
But he was skinny.
Yeah.
He wasn't like the Andre the Giant that we know, the 500-pound guy. He was like this tall, skinny guy. And he was doing like soccer and stuff like that. Like, yeah,
that's just strange to see a person that large.
Yeah, he played soccer for like 4 or 5 years or something like that. And I guess like in the gym he trained at, there were also wrestlers. And then some guy got injured, and they were like, Andre, come over here. And he's like, I don't know how to wrestle. They're like, doesn't matter, just come over here. And so he wrestled, and then like he liked it, and then he decided he wanted to be a wrestler, and then ended up going to America and finding his fortune and whatnot,
bulking up.
But dude, the stories they would tell of that man were insane. Like back in the day, when wrestling was going around, it was like all territories. So like there was like 42 like regional territories, and you would go from place to place to place, and you would book a gig, and he would travel, and they would book him as the Giant. And nobody knew because there was no internet. It was just like word of mouth.
Right.
And like every once in a while there was like a magazine for wrestlers, and he would get on the cover and people would see this magazine and be like, oh my God, look at this guy. He's coming to my town. I'm going to go see him. He's huge.
He's huge.
And so that's kind of like how it would grow. And eventually he gets to the point where he's like the biggest draw. Like it didn't matter. Like they basically said, like, if you put him on your card, it was a guaranteed sellout.
Right.
So he became like the biggest name in wrestling.
He was the icon.
He was the icon. He was like, that was it. And his name was Andre Ferre. And so like they would call him the Giant Fairy. And like in Canada, and so like some guy in America was booking him, like, what's his name? They're like, Giant Fairy, and they're like, I can't call him. I can't book the Giant Fairy. Like, what's his real name?
Yeah.
Andre. He's like Andre the Giant, and that's how he became named Andre the Giant.
Well, I think that's
literally
it was like,
it was literally like, because they're like, I can't call the guy the Giant Fairy. I can't do that.
It just doesn't sound right. It ain't gonna work.
It doesn't sound right.
Nobody's gonna show up for that.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope.
Nobody will show up.
And so the drinking stories they had.
That's the one thing I remember from what I watched about him, dude. The amount of beer
they were like, so, everybody after a wrestling match would go out drinking. They're like, everybody drank. We all drank. It was amazing. Everybody drank. There was a lot of drinking going on in this thing. He's like, most guys would drink a 6-pack. And like Andre would start with 30 beers. 30.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys who was with him was like, I was with him one night. He's like, hand to God, no joke, 136 beers.
Yep. Dude could plow it and still be okay.
136 beers.
How do you even do that and survive? Like, really?
And they said he liked wine. Like, wine was like one of his favorite things.
Yeah.
And like, so he would order wine by the case. And they said there was one night he drank 4 cases of wine and then went to the hotel and he passed out trying to get to the elevator. He actually passed out, just flat out passed out in the hallway in front of the elevator. And the manager of the hotel is like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, how are we going to move this guy?
And the guy who was with him goes, nothing. You're just leaving him there. And they left him there. No, you would think that would cause alcohol poisoning, but it didn't. He was 500 pounds.
You could just handle it.
He could just handle it. And I mean, eventually his body broke down, and because he had gigantism, I guess is what he had a tumor, and it makes the pituitary gland produce stuff, and that's
more
what caused
testosterone
and it caused him to grow, and he was diagnosed with it late in life, and they told him that they could have treated it and stopped him from growing, but he thought it would be bad for his career, so he didn't want to do it. He figured, I'm not long for this world, so I'm just going to ride it out till I'm done.
No, it's just crazy. It's like, well, also death is probably not very good for your career either.
No.
You know what I mean? But
no.
Yeah, well, but dude, like, quick tangent on the tangent we're having. That was like Bob Marley, the reggae artist, dude. He had a tumor or cancer or something. There was something wrong with his toe. They were going to amputate his toe. They even said that would have been the end of it. He would have been fine. But he said no, because then I won't be able to play soccer. No joke. I swear, that was the story. Wow. He didn't want to not be able to play soccer. So all they had to do was just amputate the toe. And he most likely, you know what I mean? But in hindsight, most likely been okay. But he was like, no, I won't be able to play soccer anymore. And it's like, yeah, we can't do that when you've passed on. So crazy. But yeah, dude. Yeah. And how much did he eat too, man? Wasn't it like he ate like 15 dozen eggs or something crazy?
Oh yeah, ridiculous. Man. Crazy.
Ridiculous.
And I guess the way wrestling worked was like Andre never lost a match. Like nobody beat Andre the Giant. Like that it didn't happen because it wasn't believable. Like nobody would believe that you would beat Andre the Giant. And if he didn't like you, like they would say, like he didn't like braggadocious people.
Yeah.
Like they said he was a really sweet, nice guy, which is funny. Like he was really, really nice.
Yeah.
But he didn't like cocky people. And there was this one guy who was his name was like Big Stud or something like that. And he was like 6'6", 6'7" or something like that, 370 pounds, big freaking dude. And when he came to the ring, he stepped over the top rope, and that's Andre the Giant's thing.
Ooh.
And Andre was like, no, that's my thing. Big John Stud.
And
Andre thought that was disrespectful.
Of course.
And he beat the tar out of that dude to the point where at the end of the match, like the guy left the arena. And they're like, dude, where are you going? He's like, he's going to kill me. And like, wouldn't come back.
I don't blame him, dude. I wouldn't go back if I knew Andre the Giant was not very happy with me.
And apparently Andre the Giant hated Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh yeah.
like just like yeah, oh no, like hated him.
Yeah.
And so, like Andre's thing was like he would just sit in the dressing room and play cards, right?
Yeah.
And like he just didn't like Macho Man Savage, and so like you would have to like discuss the match, what your guys are gonna do. Like, okay, so we're gonna do this and then that. Then like at the end, you know, whatever. And so like Macho Man would try to like discuss, like Macho Man like slathers himself in baby oil. And like Andre the Giant just yells at him, "No baby oil!" And just he's like and like just and like Andre's like Macho Man's like what? Just screaming like just to mess with him. Like he just like
He just doesn't like baby oil.
doesn't want baby oil. He's just like
dude.
Crazy.
Can you blame him though? Macho Man was a little much. He was a little much though.
And apparently, like you know, the Princess Bride, they wrote that part for him. Like there was literally no other person that was considered for that role or anything. Like there's a giant in the movie at the time. There was no other question other than we're putting Andre the Giant in the movie. Yeah. But his health had deteriorated so badly. They thought his acting was going to be the problem. But his acting was fantastic. There was no problem. Yeah. He couldn't do the fight with Carrie Elves. Like literally, like they barely like. That's why there's not much to the fight. Like it's just like not much to it at all.
Right.
And then when Buttercup has to jump into his arms, they were literally, the original plan was just to have her jump in his arms, but they couldn't. They had to put her on wires so there would be no weight for when he caught her.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because he couldn't support any weight because his body had just gotten that bad.
That's
which is sad.
That is sad. But dude, what an acting. This is his acting debut, right?
I love that movie. Yeah, it's acting debut, and it's just so great, so great.
Princess Bride.
The director Rob Reiner was like, I couldn't understand a word he said.
Oh, dude,
a word he said on the film on the movie. He's like, I couldn't understand a word he said, but it was perfect.
You know how many times I have watched that movie, and like I'm talking like a couple years ago, and I'm like, I finally kind of heard. I'm like, that's what he said in that scene, like, because you have no idea, because it's so garbled. It's so garbled, you know what I mean? But
leave, or I'll call the Brute Squad. I'm on the Brute Squad. I'm on the Brute Squad. You are the Brute Squad.
Oh yeah, what do you
have a peanut?
Stop this rhyming.
And I mean it. Anyone have a peanut?
Yeah, Candy Take Nose. Candy Take Nose.
Oh, that's literally one of my favorite movies in the world. I love that movie to death.
It is so. It's so like storybooky, you know what I mean? Like a storybook type fairy tale sort of thing with a whole bunch of awesome, like just other things going on, man. Like the torture scene, that messed me up as a kid, man. It kind of like it freaked me out, but it was interesting at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sucking the life out of him. I still want to know how that worked though. Like, cause it just had like,
I don't understand how that worked either.
You know, little sucker thing.
But that Andre the Giant thing was just a fascinating documentary to see like how he lived and like and they made a really good point, like you know, Michael Jordan, like all these big name people, like if they wanted to, they could throw on a hat and sunglasses and a coat. They could kind of go out and do stuff.
Yeah, get away with it.
He could legitimately, he never could do anything anywhere. He could never go anywhere.
No, he's too big.
And not be noticed because he was too big.
It's like Shaquille O'Neal, man. He can't go anywhere, really.
Yeah, you can't blend.
You can't blend. You're above everybody. You know what I mean?
There's literally nowhere. He couldn't go out to a restaurant and have a meal and not have somebody go, holy crap.
Especially his voice, dude. Even if you didn't notice him, can you imagine you're just eating and your back is to him, and all of a sudden he starts talking to the waiter?
Yeah,
you would know his voice. You know what I mean? Like you would be able to hear, like, what the? And then of course see a very large man in the back.
Yeah, and like I didn't know. You know, I watched wrestling as a kid. I loved wrestling. So like WrestleMania 3 was where Hulk Hogan beats Andre the Giant and he body slams it. It was like the biggest thing in the world. And, you know, wrestling was planned and, you know, everything kind of knew.
Oh, it's not real?
Hulk Hogan didn't know how that match was going to end. So they, you know, the whole thing was like, it was like the passing of the mantle. So Andre the Giant had gotten really hurt and he needed back surgery. So Vince McMahon had convinced him, hey, do the back surgery. We can extend your career a little bit. Because Andre didn't want to leave. Right. He was kind of resigning himself to either die or, you know, get the back surgery and kind of continue his life for some reason. So he gets the back surgery and then he was going to pass the mantle to Hulk Hogan. And they were going to do it at this big match. But Andre liked to like bust chops. So he wanted to bust Hulk's chops. So like, how's this match going to go down? Right. And so they wanted to plan it out and like, and Hulk was really worried that Andre's health wasn't good enough and he wasn't going to quote unquote put him over. I mean, like make him look good. Like he wasn't going to be able to sell it. People weren't going to believe it.
Right.
So like, they're like, how would you make the match go? So Hulk Hogan writes down the entire match, right? Of how, you know, I'm going to throw a punch, you know, he throws a punch. I block it. We do this. I go for a slam. He throws me, he falls on, he steps on it. He writes the whole match out, right? And leaves the open at the end. He goes, it leaves the end open. He goes, I don't know how we end it. So they bring that to Andre the Giant, and then Vince McMahon goes back. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow for the. He's like, are we doing? What are we doing? He didn't know until he goes in the match. So he's like, he would not. And he talked to Andre. He's like, Andre, what do you do? He goes, okay. And Hulk Hogan's like, I don't know what's going on here.
What are we doing here?
He's like, I still don't know if Andre's going to let me beat him. He's like, I don't know. He's like,
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
He could just, and he's like, and if Andre didn't want me to beat him, I'm not going to beat him. He's like, it's just
too big of a man.
Not going to happen.
Too big of a man.
He's like, if Andre doesn't want something to happen, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So he's like, we get in the match, and he's like, he throws a punch and I block it. And he's like, and all of a sudden the whole match is going through and we're doing exactly what I wrote out on the paper.
Right.
And he goes, we get to the end of the match and Andre just screams, slam. But he's like, okay. So he picks him up and he body slams him. And he's like, Andre's like yelling at me what to do next. He's like,
wow.
Leg. So he does the leg drop. And he goes to pin him, and he's like, I'm thinking he's going to kick out, and he didn't kick out. He's like, He's like,
so he legitimately was like winning without even knowing he won,
without knowing what he's doing. He's like, Andre just starts screaming at him what to do at the end of the match.
Wow, dude, I didn't know that.
Like to think that moment, like just at the end, like Hope didn't know what was going on, and like Andre's just screaming at him, slam.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pick up this 500-pound guy and body slam. Like he didn't practice it. Nothing. He didn't know he was going to body slam Andre the Giant in that match.
Can you imagine he tries to and just can't?
And he couldn't do it.
And he looks like
he's like slamming.
He's like, and this is not good television. We're gonna lose ratings on this one.
They showed the picture of like Andre's hand next to like
oh my goodness.
Mean Gene's hand, and it looked like a child.
He had some big mitts, dude. Big mitts. Now, how old was he when he passed away? Did it say
43, like 43 or something like that. He was young.
That's so. We say that now, but as a kid, you're like, "Wow, he's an older guy." You know what I mean? Like
he said, like, you know, he had it hard because like everywhere he traveled, like think about it, like he flew 14 hours on a plane. He couldn't fit in the plane's bathrooms.
Oh, right, dude. You don't even think about those things.
Like he had to take 3 seats. He couldn't fit in the plane's bathrooms. So like he had to go in a bucket, and then they would pour the bucket into the bathroom.
Wonder what
it was. 46. Okay.
46. That's still young. That's still young.
And, you know, it was like, you know, no chairs. They were like, he traveled to hotels. There were no beds big enough for him.
Right. Sleep on the floor. No, there was no floor. Tough. There was no floors big enough for him.
Dude, there's no hotel rooms big enough for him, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Poor guy.
Crazy.
But it's amazing that we're still talking about him years later.
I know. It was amazing. I mean? It was a big dude. He was He was wrestling at that time, man.
Well, and I'll tell you, I wasn't a big wrestling fan. Not that I did, like I'd seen some of it, and I knew about it and everything. But I'll tell you, the 4 that I knew was Andre the Giant, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and Ultimate Warrior.
Oh yeah,
those were the 4 that I just
you gotta
knew.
know those guys.
Yeah, I just knew them, And then later on, like Hacksaw, Jim Duggan.
Oh,
Just great. He's a piece of wood. He's going into the match with a piece of wood. That's just fantastic.
Oh yeah, wrestling got really funny in those days, man. There was some funny stuff in wrestling.
Ric Flair, wasn't that
Ric
the guy?
Flair was great.
He was dressed in he was all like, I'm Mr. Sexy Man.
Oh yeah, you go woo.
Yeah.
I loved wrestling, man. Back in the day, I loved it. But we have some sad news to announce for next week. There will not be a Dad and Drew show next week. Unfortunately, there's some scheduling conflicts for next week. Yeah. So there will not be a Dad and Drew show.
It's my fault.
I wasn't going to put it on you. I was just going to say scheduling conflicts. I was trying to keep it ambiguous, buddy.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I take full blame.
Unfortunately, the day job for Drew is screwing him over.
Work.
So we can't even do it on the Thursday. What we would normally do it on the Thursday. So unfortunately, there will be a delay of a week for the Dad and Drew show.
But I think that'll give us a good enough time. We can talk about maybe doing a Disney World.
Yes, we'll pick a park.
You know what I'm saying? Pick a park and start kind of dissecting that.
Maybe 1 or 2 parks. We'll see. We'll see how it works out time wise. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Drew and I. Maybe each one of us will take. We'll pick one park and we'll each pick a couple attractions or something like that, and we'll bust it down a little bit and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because we want to do attractions, foods,
shows, even though they're not really going,
and kind of hotels.
Yeah.
We'll try to do 1 park per episode, and it doesn't have to be the whole episode. It can just be a portion of the episode. We'll see how it works out time wise. Yeah. Let's do the Dad and Sammy show.
There you go.
I'll just do the Dad and Kiddo show. I'll have the kiddo come in here and she can show you artwork and sing.
Yeah, that could work. Be better than me, probably.
Drew and I need to find a time to get into the parks together.
My goodness.
It has not lined up. It has legitimately not lined up.
This whole week has been no reservation. It's getting worse.
Every weekend that we have tried to show up at the parks, the one time we had a plan to park hop together, it freaking monsooned on us.
It was terrible. Yeah. It was pouring.
And it was bad.
No, it was legitimately nope, this ain't happening. It's just horrible weather.
We don't have a park reservation for this weekend. We could not get one. So I've got no Disney stuff at all for this weekend.
Well, try Sunday morning, man. Try it again because you never know.
Let me see my Disney.
Because we've been trying to get it for tomorrow.
But my thing is, I already have all my reservations booked because I booked one further out. So because I don't have one for this week, I booked one further out.
Gotcha. I got you. I see.
So I couldn't even make one if I wanted to because I'd lose my other one. So we do have Mother's Day. I got Mother's Day at Magic Kingdom, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because apparently that is completely booked out. Magic Kingdom and Hollywood, completely no reservations at all anymore for Mother's Day.
Crazy.
You can't get anywhere for that. So I've got that coming up for Mother's Day, Sunday, May 9th. I've got Tuesday. You've got Tuesday, May 4th, right?
Yes, I do.
You've got May the 4th at Hollywood.
Yes, I do.
Excited about that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous as heck of that.
Very excited.
And then,
hope I can get on Rise.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Then we still have our October one. Maybe I do have a park pass. I got to check and see. Maybe I have one open I can make. I don't know.
No, but dude, I'm telling you.
I got Hollywood. That's what it is. I've got Hollywood on May 2nd.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, but dude, I'm telling you, man. Trying to make a park reservation this week is ridiculous.
Okay.
You can't. It's
Here is something I was told. I do not know if it is legit. And being someone who is 45 minutes away from the park, I'm 30 minutes away from the park and got a kid. I don't know if I would try it. Apparently, somebody we know says that they go to the parks all the time without a park reservation, go to customer service at the gate, say, I don't have a reservation, but I'd like to get in the park. And they have never been told that they weren't allowed to get in the park.
For me, it's just too much work. You know,
for me, I just don't think I could go. And then the one time they say no, it would be to me.
Yeah, no.
And then I drove all the way over there.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And had a day planned.
Mm-hmm.
And then now the day's shot.
See, and that's why I do like the reservation system. Like I told you, when you can get into it, because you're guaranteed you can show up whenever you want. Right. You already know you're getting in. But yeah, that like, let's wing it and see if it happens. It's tough, especially like you said, if you're planning a day there with the kiddo or whatever, and then you got to be like, sorry, we're not going, even though you're really excited right now. You know, or if you're going to do vlogs, same with me. If I go there thinking I'm going to do a live,
I'm going to go live streams and I'm going to be live. And I'm not going to be live.
I'm going to go live outside of Hollywood Studios right now. You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, but
I do want to, I'm thinking maybe I'll go to, I might go to Disney Springs this weekend. I haven't been over there in a while. I did want to go check out the new cruise stuff. Supposedly there's a new flavor of the Dole Whip over there. You can get over there.
I heard that, yeah.
Like an orange swirl or something.
Okay.
Maybe take some cruise photos. So I might try to sneak over there.
Well,
maybe
might
that'll
do that
be my
tomorrow.
Disney stuff this weekend.
That's what we might do tomorrow. We're trying to get Animal Kingdom for tomorrow because it's Earth Day.
I've been wanting to get to Animal Kingdom. I want to ride Kali River Rapids, man.
Me too.
It's open supposedly, and I can't get to Animal Kingdom.
No, I haven't been able to get to Animal Kingdom for a long time, but
just get Elle to turn on the waterworks and they'll let us in.
Good night, Derek.
Night.
Yeah, we're still gonna try tomorrow to get a park pass for somewhere, even if it's not Animal Kingdom. But I do want to try to get Animal Kingdom. If not, we're gonna end up at Disney Springs, I think. So, what can you do, Jamie?
You should be able to go to Epcot. Epcot's always open.
Dude, nothing. I keep going into the app. Nothing for any parks today or tomorrow. And it's been like this all week. Like, if you get lucky, you might get lucky, but
dang.
I know. I don't know what's up with this week, though. Is it April vacation up north?
No, I think they're back.
That's what I thought. Because for some reason, this week was like all packed, all reserved. We looked at it every single day. I don't know, Jamie. Yep.
So you think you're going to try to be at a park tomorrow? If not, maybe Disney Springs.
Yeah, or Universal or somewhere. I don't know.
Or Universal or Legoland.
Somewhere.
Or go to the Living Sea or to go to the Seas Aquarium.
Yeah, I actually might do a vlog in there.
Do the Wax Museum maybe.
Madame Tussauds, whatever. Yeah.
And then do you have something already on the books for the weekend?
Sunday, I believe is
Sunday.
Sunday, I believe is Magic Kingdom. The Queen did it like 7 years ago or something.
Yeah, 72 years ago. Perfect.
72 years ago. She's good like that. Apple
All
fries. Right. Hey, Anthony the Molar Man. Oh,
hey, Molar Man.
He said yes. April vacation in Boston.
Okay, so maybe we'll start with some up northeast.
I'm thinking that pass holders from wherever coming down. Those darn vacationers. And what can you do? What can you do? Yeah. Apple fries, though. You got to try and do from Legoland. Delicious.
Really? I think I may have had them before.
They're so good.
We went to Legoland 2 years ago, I think. Maybe.
Did you?
Yeah. I think 2 years ago.
Apple fries,
for my nephew's birthday. We stayed at the cheaper hotel.
Oh, not the $8,000 Legoland hotel.
that my dad was the project manager on. My dad also built that hotel. My dad's done quite a bit down here. He was the project manager at the end of that hotel too.
Wow. Well, it looks great. You tell him he did a great job.
Oh, he did a great job. We walked through there. We looked at it. It was very cool. The dragon at the front is awesome.
All of that, man. Blew me away. I'm like,
super cool hotel.
Very expensive.
Super expensive hotel.
But it literally is. You come out and there's Legoland. So.
And you are in Legoland, yeah. So yeah, I'll do the outlets on Saturday. So I got that going for me.
And I will be
Saturday morning and probably drop the I haven't seen you over there in a while, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be there.
So I'll drop that video. Usually goes Saturdays around 8 o'clock. I get that one up. So that should be fun.
Always
is. And then, I don't know, we might try to get to Disney Springs this weekend. We'll see. Then no Dad and Drew next week. I don't know what we'll do. We'll figure something out.
I know.
Maybe I'll put up a flashback video. I think I have an old Dad and Drew video that I never got to release that I could put up for that day.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll throw that up.
I know. Watch our vlogs, guys.
Watch our vlogs. Subscribe. We need to get more people in here. What I need you guys to do is find one friend that you think would enjoy watching the Dad and Drew show and bring them next week.
Yeah.
You all have homework.
Wait, not next week. The week after.
Oh yeah, bring them 2 weeks from now because next week nobody's gonna be here.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Yes.
Kind of like a Dad and Drew time machine. It's just like a video I think I just forgot to post.
We're gonna call it the Jamie forgot to post it video.
Or maybe I don't have it. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna find out.
We'll find something out. Or maybe Drew and I will film something. Maybe we'll do like a trailer breakdown or something for a video or something. Just something to put up so that there's something on Wednesday to go up for fun to you guys.
Yeah.
And that's it. Drew.
Yes, sir.
What is the only way to live?
There's only one way to live, guys. It's in the moment. That guy over there does not do outros.
No.
No, he doesn't.
So that's it.
That's
See you guys in 2 weeks. Later.
Laters. Ooh.